The ninth stake in the Nation Forum, convened at the Sadawada Karaba International Conference Center, bringing together government officials, diaspora representatives, development partners, civil society actors, and private sector stakeholders to deliberate on the Gambia's national development priorities. The forum, which has become a key annual platform for national dialogue, focused on strengthening collaboration between the state and Gambians at home and abroad in shaping policies and initiatives that drive inclusive growth and sustainable development. Speaking on behalf of President Adam Barrow, the Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow described the stake in the Nation Forum as a key national institution that has strengthened policy dialogue, diaspora homeland collaboration, and the national development since its launch in 2018. He said the forum continues to provide practical solutions to the Gambia's development challenges, particularly in economic transformation and inclusion.
The Stake in the Nation Forum continues to offer timely insights and practical solutions to our national challenges, especially those relating to economic transformation, inclusion, and sustainable development.
Vice President Jallow highlighted the significant contribution of the diaspora, whose remittances amount to over $1 billion annually, and called for a shift beyond remittances towards greater diaspora investment, innovation, and entrepreneurship. He urged Gambians abroad to engage as investors, producers, and employers to support job creation and long-term national development.
We acknowledge with deep appreciation that diaspora remittances contributes about $1 billion annually, providing vital foreign exchange and direct support to households and communities. However, beyond remittances, the IRWA calls for greater emphasis on productive investment, domestic resource mobilization, and innovative financing to fund national development priorities. This is where diaspora participation becomes critical. We have already witnessed encouraging examples of diaspora professionals establishing businesses, expanding services, creating jobs, and supporting agriculture and food production. I therefore encourage you to intensify your engagement not only as supporters, but as investors, producers, innovators, exporters, and employers.
Ms. Ida Faye addressed the forum on behalf of the Governor of Central Bank of the Gambia and highlighted the vital role of the Gambian diaspora in national development, noting that the diaspora remittances remain a key driver of economic growth and productivity. She revealed that in 2025, remittance inflows reached approximately $872.05 million, representing over 30% of the country's GDP, despite global economic uncertainties.
We commend the diaspora for their continued commitment to supporting families and the country. We encourage the increased use of the formal financial channels for efficiency, ease of access, and record-keeping purposes. The Central Bank commits to continue close collaboration with the relevant stakeholders to further ease the pains and challenges of financial service and access to finance.
During the program, Lamid Sanyang, Managing Director of APS Islamic Microfinance, Yankuba Mambre, Managing Director of Yona Islamic Microfinance, and Steve Trawale, CEO of BST Galaxy Football Club, all emphasized the important contribution of the diaspora to national development. They highlighted the need to channel diaspora resources into productive investment that support entrepreneurship, job creation, and sustainable economic growth. The Minister of Tourism and Culture, Abdullah Job, said the government recognized the role of diaspora tourism and investment, and noted that tourism cannot be operated in isolation, thus the need in creating a conducive environment for private sector to contribute in the development of the productive sectors in the country.
We remain committed to fostering an enabling environment through policy reforms, investment incentives, and private sector-led partnership, because we believe that it is the private sector that leads the tourism sector, not the government, not the ministry, not GT board, but the private sector. And that is why we are re-engineering the sector to make it private sector-led. And we need close collaboration with institutions in government, with the private sector, ministries, especially the Ministry of Finance, Foreign Affairs, because some of the infrastructure that we're talking about in the tourism sector, for it to happen, there needs to be accompanying investment incentives for the private sector to be able to do those investments.
Building on calls to strengthen diaspora engagement in national development, the Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakar Waibaji, said the 9th Stake and the Nation Forum also provides a platform to link financial services, football and tourism as key productive sectors. He explained that the forum's focus on sports and tourism, particularly with Spain, highlights the historic football ties between the two countries, rooted in the legacy of legendary Gambian footballer Alhaji Mamadou Ndiaye, popularly known as Biri Biri. The minister described Biri Biri as the first Gambian diaspora footballer whose professional career in Spain left a lasting mark on African football. In recognition of his contribution, he said the Ministry of Youth and Sports has proposed naming the covered pavilion at the Independence Stadium the Biri Biri Pavilion, to be unveiled after the completion of the stadium's renovation. He added that the Biri Biri Initiative on Sports and Tourism seeks to use sports as a tool to promote tourism, deepen bilateral ties with Spain, and further increase diaspora participation in the country's productive sector.
Football fans, sports and civic leaders, and other stakeholders and citizens have advocated for an enduring national tribute to Biri Biri here in his own homeland. In response, the Ministry of Youth and Sports proposed and received approval from His Excellency the President of the Republic to name the covered pavilion of the Independence Stadium as Biri Biri Pavilion. This will soon be unveiled when the stadium renovation is completed.
The charge d'affaires of the Embassy of Spain to the Gambia, Ms. Insa, also highlighted tourism as a key growth area, noting that 10,000 Spanish tourists visited the Gambia in 2024 with strong potential for expansion through sports-led initiatives. She said the Biri Biri Sports and Tourism Initiative, inspired by the legacy of Gambian football icon Alhaji Mamadou Ndiaye Biri Biri, aim to attract more Spanish tourists, create jobs, and strengthen economic and cultural ties between the Gambia and Spain.
This country is a privileged destination. It's a beacon of stability in the region. Actually, the 4th safest country in Africa. The Gambia offers a lot of advantages for Spain. For example, the proximity. 4 direct flights per week from Barcelona connect our two countries. The complementarity between the seasons is also an advantage and an opportunity. The low season in the Gambia, the summer months, correspond with the summer holidays for Spaniards. So if we are able to attract more tourists in these months, more opportunities, more employment in the sector will be created. We need tourists, not only in the high season. This is precisely the aim of the Biri Biri initiative that has been mentioned before, to promote more Spanish tourists to come to the Gambia through sports.
The forum aimed to increase the participation of the Gambian diaspora in the country's productive sector, with the central bank outlining regulatory reforms, including fintech supervision and expanded electronic payment services to improve access to finance and strengthen formal financial systems. Authorities say these measures will help transform remittances from mainly household support into long-term investments that drive national development. For GDTV News, I am Lamlem Sisi.